Hey, what's up? This is Mia, and today I'm going to talk to you about the book of the week and how I plan on applying it to my journey. So, let's begin. So, since it's been a gloomy kind of day today, it's been kind of raining, I decided that it was best that we go over the book of the week. So if you haven't seen in one of my previous videos, which I will go ahead and put the link below in the description or will be somewhere on the screen, why I decided to start homesteading. One of the things that I mentioned was about educating myself and doing more reading. And one of the goals I set for myself is, I think, about 6 books from here to December. And one of the things I was going to do to make sure I stay consistent with that is by doing a video of the book that I read, give a quick summary about it, and how I'm applying it to my life. So this is the first official video for my 6 books goal that I've established. So the book that I'm going to talk about today is The Minimalist Way by Erica Lane. Why did I choose a minimalist book? Well, I always found minimalism very unique and very cool, but I just didn't really know the basis around it. So I wanted to learn more about it because it was something that intrigued me, that I wanted to apply to my life. But a lot of the things that I saw when it came to minimalism was, the perfect house with the white walls and everything looking all nice and clean. And I had to have a realization with myself that that's not how I live. I have children, dogs, and I just have a family. So it's not that easy. I don't have the perfect home. Plus I like color and creativity. So it wouldn't work. But as I started, before I decided to just chuck it out the window and call it a day, I decided that I wanted to read a book on it, and that's where The Minimalist Way came in. So a quick summary about the book. Minimalism is not equal to perfection. It's more based around what changes you can make in your life to make your life easier and to live a simpler life and to be freer. Society will have us so wrapped up in trying to get things done, trying to buy this, consumerism, getting caught up, worried, focused, just overly focused on the wrong things, if I could just sum it up. And what minimalism does is just comes in and it shows you, hey, how can you make your life easier? What can you eliminate to make your life a lot easier? And she talks about different areas, not just the typical, paint your walls white and just clear out your whole house. It's not just about that. It's about how can you declutter your environment? How can you declutter the people around you? How can you really focus on your spending? How can you look at your time? How can you get the most out of those moments with your family? That's really what I got from the minimalist concept, because sometimes we get so overwhelmed with everything that's going on that we forget about that. We forget about our kids' baseball games, or we forget about sitting there and eating dinner with our loved one and talking to them. And another thing it really makes you look at is your habits and what you're doing now and what you can change. So when it came to me, I thought about 3 habits that I wanted to change. So for me, it would be consistency, a balanced focus, and also budgeting. So when I talk about consistency, I am one woman with a million ideas, and my mind wanders. Like, even when I'm working, I always come up with a different idea. I don't know. I'm always thinking. So, and maybe that's why I like to learn so much. I don't know. But I've had a tendency where I would start stuff, and then in the process of starting it, and I'm getting on it, I'm on the path, and then all of a sudden my mind changed and I'm doing something else. It would get to the point where there will be a lot of projects that are incomplete, or projects that just pile up, because I'm doing so many different things. So one of the things I wanted to do was work on my consistency and make sure that I stay on the path, because that's really what leads to success. And one of my successes that I desire is financial freedom. Well, I have to get more consistent in order to reach that. And I believe I am going to get there. So the next thing is a balanced focus. Once I make my mind up that I'm focused on that for that time period, I become hyper focused to the point where you can't pull me off of what I'm doing because I am really focused on getting it done. And it's so funny because now it puts me in a position where I have to balance, because I'm working on consistency because I will change and do something different. But then at the same time, when I'm on that thing that I've changed to, I stay super focused. And really, when you look at the two, it just equates to me getting burnt out. And that may be the reason why I change. So when I talk about balanced focus, one of the things that I've really been focused on is giving myself time slots, hence time management. I have to give myself time slots on what I plan on spending, and to be careful not to overwhelm myself and not allow myself to become hyper focused. Now the last thing is budgeting. One of the things that I want to work on changing is to actually keeping a consistent budget for the next 6 months to a year, and be able to actually sit down and look at what I'm doing, how I'm spending it, and to make changes and to set financial goals. So that's another thing that I plan on changing. How has this book encouraged me to apply these changes to my life? To focus on one thing at a time, and I also need to be mindful of how much time I spend on it. So that's what I plan on doing. So when it comes to working on projects, or it comes to trying to accomplish a certain task, I'm only going to do it for a certain time slot. This is for work, this is for home, and I just have to make sure I maintain that balance in that. Another thing I'm going to do is start holding, another thing that I have been doing is start holding myself accountable and to actually start a project and finish it. One of the biggest projects that I have finished thus far that I'm so proud of is the homestead. That's why I started doing videos, because I wanted to start staying consistent on this transformation that I'm making in my life. But working out in the garden and the food forest was one of the big things for me, because we started in February and here we are in almost June, and we are still going strong at it. There's still things that I want to work on and I want to do better on, but I would say that it's like one of our biggest accomplishments to get that done. And that has helped me, just doing that in general has really helped me in my area of consistency, because now I'm more motivated to start projects and finish them. The next thing is I'm actually going to go to all my other unfinished projects, look at them one by one, and just start executing them. So I'm going to be giving you updates, probably posting videos of me working on them, my progress, so forth, in addition to what I've been doing thus far to hold myself accountable. So you guys got to hold me accountable too. So we're in this together. Finally, when I mentioned budgeting, one of the things that I'm doing to help on this journey is to actually keep a consistent document for budgeting. So I'm so happy. So I received recommendations on, hey, you can use an app. Use this app to put on your phone. I have come to the realization that as much as I deal with technology at work and stuff like that, I am a good old-fashioned pencil to paper type person. And with that being said, it is so hard for me to keep track of my budget outside of just checking my bank account balances and stuff like that on my phone and on my computer. I am terrible at doing like check-ins on my budget on my computer. I need to hand write it. It helps stay up here when I do that. And in order to do that, I actually took the step to get me a book off of Amazon. And this is not just any old book, but it's actually a budget book. And I will also put the link in the description if you want to join me on this journey. But this is called a budget book called Go Girl Budget Planner. And if you notice, I put my values in the corner: self-sufficiency, sustainability, and simple living. One of my goals is to write in this book right here. My goal is to write in this book for at least 6 months to a year to track my budgeting for 6 months to a year. And at the end of the year, when I fill this book up, I'm actually going to look and see what goals I've obtained, how much I've spent. And I love it because it's literally a day by day thing. Like, you can write down your expenses, you can write down the debt that you owe, your payment plans towards the debt. You can talk about your bills that's due. You can even write notes on what you did good this month, what you didn't do good this month. It is really cool. And of course, you know, I like purple, so I've got me a little purple pen to go with it. So hopefully, you know what, I am going to do good. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to do great with this, and I'm going to bust this out every time we do a book of the week. You're going to see this. I'm going to just tell you I'm still doing it. With that being said, my question to you is, have you read the book? What did you get from it? Did you like it? And do you have another recommendation for me? Because if you do, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to read something else and do a book review on it. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you can know what videos are coming next. And for those, this is your first time looking at my video, the name of the channel is Cranberry Vintage, and it's based on my journey to become more self-sufficient, sustainable, and to live a simple life. Thank you for tuning in, and you have a super-tastic day. See you next time.